welcome back to another episode of the Female Empowered Podcast. Once again your host, Christa Gurka, and I do still have a little bit of a cold. But like I said in the last episode, I needed to get these recorded so I didn't fall too far behind. And unfortunately, my voice did not get any better. I hope it's not too annoying for you, but we do have an interesting topic today that this was a question that came up. We did a training on this in our inner circle group that was talking about what is an offer ladder or a value ladder, and how you can craft one, create one, and for your Pilates, physical therapy, boutique fitness, or wellness business. Okay. So basically, I'm going to talk to you about offer ladders, what they are, so you can kind of understand what I'm talking about. And then I'm going to actually give you very, very specific examples for the health and fitness industry. The examples I'm going to talk about are mine, for example, for both my brick and mortar for Pilates in the Grove, as well as the Christa Gurka consulting portion, which is called FitBiz Strategies. Okay. So that's what we're going to talk about today. And I hope my voice doesn't get doesn't become too much of a problem for you. Okay. So what is a value ladder or an offer ladder? Basically, it's a strategic pricing and product structure model, whatever, that guides your customers through increasingly more valuable offers and solution and more expensive. So at the bottom, you have free or low cost content, and then you move up to more personalized services that cost much more money. Okay. It's called a ladder because you can think of it as climbing the rungs of a ladder. As each step builds more trust and you deliver more value and it costs more. Okay. There's a bigger investment. So you can think of it as a ladder. When I do these trainings, I like to do them in the form of like a triangle. If you can picture a triangle, right? The top is pointy and the bottom is a little bit wider. Okay. So the bottom portion of the triangle is what your free or low cost content would be. Okay. That's like the first level that most people will start to interact with your business. So it's educational content, guides, checklists, free ebooks, free video content, YouTube channels. It's a way that you can start to build awareness and trust and possibly not even ask anything from the client or the user or the reader, etc. So maybe you're asking them for their email for the free ebook or the download, but maybe you just have a YouTube channel that has videos on it. Or like this podcast for me, for example, is free. I don't ask anyone can listen to it. I don't ask anything from anyone except for when I do opt-ins or downloads, of which we're going to have one for this episode, that I just ask for people's emails. And I'm like, give me your email and I'll email you this doc that's going to have, basically, it's going to have a fully built out what is an offer ladder, how you can use it, and very specific examples for a physical therapy practice and specific examples for a Pilates studio. Okay. So the bottom rung is the free or very, very low cost. I'm talking less than $10 if you're doing it, but usually it's free. Okay. Then if you go up the triangle, it starts to get a little narrow. So like the next section would be what we would call like low ticket offers or low cost offers. It solves a specific problem, but it's like a smaller problem. Okay. There's a very, very low risk for people to try it out. So maybe it's like a video training, or it could be a 14-day program or a 21-day reboot, and the cost is low. It's usually like $29 or lower. Okay. You can think of these things as like your intro offers at a studio. If you do like a buy one, get one free. Although I hate those, I hate get one free. It's a whole other soapbox, another podcast episode, but those are the low cost. There's not a real big risk for people to try it out. They can try it out and they can see if they like you. Then you move up the triangle a little bit or up the ladder, and now you have like your mid-ticket offer. So this could be something like your group classes, okay? Or if you're a physical therapy practice, maybe you have some small group training that's like 4 people instead of just one person. So you're going like one to many, or you're getting, it's a little higher of a price point. So like somewhere between, like 200 and $500 a month or something in that range, right? Where it's more comprehensible. They're getting more direct contact with you as the business. It's higher touch, but it is still scalable. So in other words, you can teach a group class and you can teach it for more people, or you can host a membership and you can hold it for more people, right? So maybe it's like a 12-week boot camp. Okay, maybe it's a 12-week boot camp that costs, I don't know, $1,200 if you're a personal trainer, and it's online, right? So you're doing something like that. You're doing some nutrition in it. So maybe the freebie was your podcast. Maybe the freebie is some YouTube videos. Maybe the freebie is a lead tracker or a 10-day trial on your app or something like that. Then the low ball offer is like a 14-day trial. Okay. And then the real offer is like a 14-week or a 12-week program. Okay. Then you have like your high ticket offers, and the high ticket offers are usually the premium one-on-one services done in a day situations for you. You get moved to the front of the line. It's the highest level of support, right? So those would be private sessions. Those would be one-on-one coaching, right? You're getting a real full-on transformation, and those are usually like $1,500 or more. Okay, they can be up to, I mean, I know people that do VIP days and charge like $25,000. Coaches, business coaches, or consultants or mentors, $25,000, right? For a VIP day. Okay. So again, everything is relative. So what are the benefits? The benefits for us as business owners is it can create multiple streams of revenue for every type of client along the way. Okay. It attracts people at different price points, which is multiple streams of revenue, and it automates part of the sales process. So for example, if you just keep driving, like I'll give you an example of me. I drive as many people in my podcast as possible. Everything I do is like, go listen to my podcast because it's free. It's no harm off of anyone's back just to listen to the podcast, see what they think. Then they're like, oh, she gives like good information. She sounds really real. I think I could want to work with her. How could I do more? And then they go to my website and they see that I have free discovery calls. Okay, that might be the next step. Or I have my low ticket monthly membership, which is $99 a month. Okay, you get to be part of a fitness business community of all women. There's a private Facebook group. We do group coaching calls twice a month. And then you get discounts on one-on-one calls with me. So I charge about $375 now for a one-on-one call. And in this group coaching process, so that would be like just shy of $800 a month if you did 2 of them, but I do group coaching, it's $99. You can come on that call. You can ask me any questions. We can work through a offer ladder for you. And so it's a good value, right? And so it's also the community in it. And then when people are done with that, or they feel they want more or more exclusivity, they go up into my inner circle. Okay. And the inner circle is next. And there are certain criteria to be able to be in the inner circle, right? And that is a higher price point. Right now it sits at $1,600 a month. Okay. And then if somebody wants to say, I just want to work with you privately, I just want to work one-on-one, I don't want to be in the group, it's $2,000 to $2,500 a month. Okay. So it makes, when people go step by step, it makes these premium services feel more accessible because they've already bought in at the lower price point and they see how much you deliver at the lower price point, and they're ready to like, okay, I know that if I'm going to get more. And some people, what they do when they move up is they're paying for the exclusivity. right? They're paying to be in a room with only 10 women versus being in a room with like 25 or 30 women. They're paying for exclusivity. So, for example, in our Pilates studio, our memberships are a lower price point. Our monthly recurring memberships are a little bit lower. Okay. People that buy the packages do so, and they're willing to pay more because they want the convenience of not having to use them all in a month. So if you have a client and you're a studio-based business and you have a client that travels a lot, they're willing to pay a higher price point for the convenience of not having their classes expire. So it allows clients to meet you where they want to be, right? There's like a level for everybody. So the benefits for consumers are they can try at a lower price point before they commit to a higher price point. There's multiple entry points to come in. Like you don't have to spend $2,000 on privates before you start in group classes with us. Okay. There is a very clear path. You start here, you move here, you go up here. And it also builds confidence. Like gradually, you can give people like really quick wins early on. Okay. So I'm going to give you an example of some offers. Okay. So I'm going to give you examples of like what it would look like in real life. Okay. So the first one I'm going to talk about is a private pay pelvic health physical therapy practice. Now, you can insert any niche you want, but I happen to work with a lot of pelvic health practices. And so this is something that we worked on. So I'm just going to use this for the example. So free. So, right, we're at the bottom of the value or the offer ladder, the bottom, the free part. So Instagram posts about postpartum recovery, signs, symptoms, myths. Maybe you do a PDF guide or a YouTube series on 5 signs you need pelvic floor PT. What about if you have a free ebook that's the postpartum recovery checklist, 7 red flags most new moms miss? It's free download. What about intimacy after baby, your secret guide to pain-free connection? This might be TMI, but I remember after having my first son, he was 9 pounds, 16 ounces, born 2 weeks early and a vaginal delivery. And I just remember being like, ooh, I don't want to, nope, I don't think nope, I'm not ready yet. So anyways, this could be something that's really people are interested in. It could be a video series. It could be an ebook. It could be just a blog post. Okay. What about a diastasis deep dive? Is your ab separation normal? What about a quiz? Okay. Those are free content. You could do an entire series on Instagram if you want, or a blog series. All right. How your pelvic floor affects your back pain. Or what about this one? Bladder control breakthrough. Stop light bladder leaks in 14 days, 21 days, 28 days. These are all things that you could give free to allow people to start to work with you, connect with you, give you their email. How can they start to get to know, like, and trust you? Okay, so now you've got that free content app. You could do this as a PDF guide, an ebook, a YouTube video series, a blog post just on Instagram or Facebook. Okay. Now, the next rung is if you move into what about a digital course? So, pre recorded digital course that's cost $37 to $97. And it includes like a self-assessment toolkit for new moms. So maybe there's a self-assessment on looking if you have a separation or not. How can you self-assess how deep or wide the separation is? What are some breathing techniques that you could do? So it's a self-paced DIY digital course. Okay. Now, if you go to the next level, right? What if you have like an in-house program? So now they come in person or maybe Zoom, you offer a virtual session, and it's a 6-week postpartum group program. And you have virtual pelvic health workshops in between, and maybe they come in for the exercises, or they can do it virtually. And that can cost, so for 6 weeks, you can do it for $497. So, and you can make some exclusivity where it's like only 10 women, 10 patients. But even so, if you get 10 people in there, that's like $5,000 for 6 weeks. It's pretty good, right? And then a high ticket, the higher would be one-on-one physical therapy for like 12 weeks. And you could do that at like, 2,000, 2,500. And maybe you even start them prenatally a little bit. You get 1 to 2 prenatal workouts, and then you get some postpartum, workouts. It's like prehab, right? Into the 4th trimester. So can you see how like you start free, and then the whole idea is like, oh, well, if I give it away for free, people won't pay. Well, yes, they will pay. Okay. Because first of all, if the stuff you're telling people to do for free, they can do on their own, then they should do it for free. If they don't need you, then they don't need you. It's fine. But most people will need you, and they will come to you for the one-on-one because people want you to teach it to them directly, specifically for them. Okay. So now let's talk about a Pilates studio. All right. Or a yoga studio or some sort of fitness studio. So free stuff, free would be something like maybe you do a weekly newsletter that has postural tips or home stretching exercises. And maybe you do monthly themes like desk workers or tech neck or anything like that, right? Or you can do this in social media posts. Okay, like if you have a series that's every Tuesday, you put a Tuesday tutorial, how to do this stretch at home. Okay, or maybe a YouTube video series. Just have some free stretching exercises on your YouTube channel. You can do things like, again, I talked about desk mobility, Pilates desk exercises for the desk worker, or yoga stretches at your desk, or the perfect posture blueprint. I love a little alliteration. Okay, reverse tech neck, 10 minutes a day. Why your abs aren't really working like you thought. Okay. Eliminate back pain without leaving your desk, or decrease back pain without leaving your desk. Flexibility fast track, touch your toes in 7 days, even if you can't now. Sleep stretch sequence, 3 moves to stop morning stiffness. All right. So these are all little things that you can, again, either if you have a podcast, you can do them on a podcast. If you have a blog, you can write a blog. If you have social media, you can blast it on social media. You can do all of the above. So you can blast it on social media, put it out in your weekly newsletter, create a blog on your website. So now you get it all different places. You could even do free workshops at your location. So maybe you're doing a free workshop each and every week, each and every month, and it's just free, and you're doing free education for people. That's all free. All right. And it can get to many, many people, especially if you're going online with it. So then if you do a low barrier to entry, all right, would be like an intro offer or a monthly virtual membership. Okay. Maybe that's somewhere between $29 and $97. Okay. Try 3 classes for the price of 2 or something like that, right? 3 classes for $79, or ours is 2 private sessions for $99, 3 classes for $79. Okay. So those are lower cost ways that people can try you out and see if they like you. Okay. And then, of course, with that should always come some sort of automation and some customer journey sequencing to make sure that you're capturing their interest while they're taking this lower ticket offer with you. Okay. Then again, you move up the ladder, you're going into your small group trainings. So whether it's semi-private sessions or small group classes, and that can be, $99 to $400 a month, depending on your type of studio, memberships versus packages. So this is like small groups where they're talking directly to you while you're in studio. And then high ticket is one-on-ones. It's private private physical therapy, private Pilates, and those can go, anywhere from $1,000, $1,500 and higher, $2,000 and higher, depending on how much they come. Okay. So I said I would give you some examples for Pilates in the Grove. So Pilates in the Grove's offer ladder is our free stuff is our social media content. So on our Instagram, we do a lot of teaching and tutorials and videos on there. We also have a YouTube channel that shows exercises, and we also have a blog. So those are our free contents. So free, you can have our YouTube, go to our YouTube channel, catch us on social media, or read our blogs. It has a lot of free educational content. Okay. The next tier up is our intro offers. So like I said, we do 2 private sessions for $99 and 3 group classes for $79. Then we hopefully move people into a monthly membership that's anywhere from $129 to $499. Okay. And then if they would like to, they can do one-on-one services, private packages, etc. Right? So that is for Pilates in the Grove. That is our offer ladder. Now, my offer ladder for my consulting portion, FitBiz Foundations, which is all the Beyond the Movement programs, starts out my podcast and my YouTube channel as my free stuff, as is my Instagram. So mostly my podcast, though, that's all free content. Like today, I'm giving free content about what an offer ladder is and how you can build one out. Then the next thing up would be you could schedule a free discovery call with me. If you're interested, you can do that at christagurka.com/discovery. I basically talk with people and see like where they are in their business, what they're looking for, what kind of support are they looking for, if I'm the right person for that type of niche. I specifically work with females that are in a brick and mortar boutique wellness or healthcare sector. Okay. The next step would be to do my monthly membership. My monthly membership community is $99 a month. We get, you're getting private Facebook group. You're getting 2 group calls a month with me and other experts. You also get discounts on doing one-on-one calls with me. The following step would be to go up into the inner circle. So the criteria for that is once you surpass $250,000 in annual revenue, you have a team and you're trying to grow a team and grow your systems and grow your profit and try to be less client facing while giving yourself a raise. Those are my inner circle. And that's a price point of $1,600 a month right now. And it's also exclusivity. So if you've met those criteria, you're also paying for exclusivity. I want to be in a room with less people so I get more interaction with Christa. And that is very, very high touch. We do one-on-one calls each and every month. We do a group call each and every week. They get detailed action plans and all sorts of templates and resources, et cetera, et cetera. And then the highest point of the ladder would be to do private one-on-one coaching with me. Okay. So that's how people can, start, see if they like you. Do they resonate with you? Do they align with your mission and vision? Are they seeing results? That's the other really important thing. You want to try to give these people quick wins, even in the free content. Okay. Email addresses are important to people. And if you're trying to get an email address, but it's not really enticing to people, so you have to have something that's valuable. Okay. So you have to be doing free content. You have to be giving good information, giving quick wins, especially if you want them to move to the next tier on the ladder. All right. And then as they move up, make sure you're becoming higher touch, less scalable because it's more of your time usually. And so you're just making sure that you're continuing to add value as these people move up the ladder. And then, by the way, they might move down the ladder. So let's say someone is doing one-on-one coaching with me, and then, we do 3-6 months, and they're like, you know what? I think I'm good. I'd like to go into the inner circle now. It's a lower price point. I get a little bit of a group. And then people sometimes do the inner circle. They do 12, 18, 24 months. And they're like, you know what? I think I'm good. I have the tools I need, but I still want to have access to you. Let's go down to $99 a month in the community membership. All right. Same way for physical therapy, right? Somebody can start out at the top tier with private one-on-one, which is the most expensive. Then they could maybe be like, okay, I'm doing really, really great. I can maybe move into these small groups now. Now I feel better. I can go into your group classes. Okay. So it's a way for people to continue to work with you all the way. So you have something for people as they're building up on the ladder, and you also have something for people as they're working their way down. All right. So that's all I got for you today. My cough wasn't too bad. I hope it wasn't too annoying. And if you have any questions, go ahead and DM me over on Instagram. I'm at Christa Gurka. And if you're interested in grabbing this free download, all you have to do is go to www.christagurka.com/offer ladder, type in your email address, and you'll get this free download right away. All right. And if you listen to this podcast and understand, you are entering the bottom rung of my ladder. Okay. Hopefully you see some value in it. But if you're also like, I want to see this in writing and I love those examples, you don't have to, and just put your email in. You'll get this, in a clearly built out PDF. All right. All right, ladies, that's all I got for you. Hopefully I'll be back next week with a better sounding voice. And until next time, my friends, bye for now.